If you're someone who spends some time at any type of desk, whether it be working from home on a dining table or in a proper office setup at home, or if you're actually in a professional setup in a commercial building and you're working in an office building there, sitting down doing some work, then this video is for you. See, what happens is a lot of people that come in, they think, oh, actually, if I can sit at my desk, I can actually do some work and I'm pretty safe from any injuries. But what I find is a lot of people don't sit correctly at their desk, and sitting for 8 to 10 hours, even collectively throughout the whole day, can be quite a lot of time that amounts to a lot of degeneration, a lot of problems occurring. And some common problems that I see at this clinic are, for example, not getting the screen height right. So what we want to do is normally we want to have our face facing, like let's say if that's your screen height there and you're sitting here, okay, you want to have ideally your eye line about halfway into your screen height, not so that you're not looking down too much if it's too low, or not looking up too much as well if it's too high. And doing that on a regular basis is going to help, because if you were looking down too much, and what tends to happen is in your neck, you've got bones similar to this. So you've got the bones here, the clear parts, and this is a disc there. So having that sustained pressure over many, many years or a long time can eventually make that disc just compress and make that disc bulge a little bit too. So you want to avoid that happening. The other thing that's useful to do is to have armrests. So if you've got a type of setup where you might have seen people sitting on gym balls, for example, they're quite comfortable, and we'll talk to you about it in a moment, how we can have the best thing for that with your armrests. But certainly getting your armrests, like everyone's humerus, this bone here, the funny bone, is different lengths. So you want to make sure that from your shoulder to your elbow, that is quite nice and comfortable. And therefore then this position here is where you want to have your keyboard. So your forearm is resting on the armrest. That way you can get it just to slide just slightly underneath your table, because that's where your table height should be. And then you're typing and you're comfortable, or using your mouse or whatever it may be, or even writing. And on that point of touch typing is also a key thing that I developed. For those of you who remember MSN Messenger, that's how I taught myself how to touch type. In fact, just the other day I had someone come and saying, oh, I can see you've had touch typing lessons. I said, no, to be honest, actually organically I had to learn to type fast because I was having, chatting to all my friends online. So touch typing is important because, again, it comes back to the similar thing about screen height. Again, in fact, actually it's worse because with touch typing, if you don't do it, you're looking down at the keyboard down here, and that means you're putting even further compression through your neck over a sustained period of time. Keep doing this all the time, which is not good either. You want to be looking straight ahead if you'll type comfortably, or if you're kind of working in an environment where you're front of house, where you're greeting other people, you'll be able to have eye line as well. Just great customer service anyway, right? And then coming back to air cushions. So I'm a big fan of these. I love these. These are what air cushions are, and I recommend them for the right time. If you are in pain or discomfort, if you're having a treatment plan, I recommend that at certain key points if you are working at a desk. Now, these mimic those gym balls that you see often in the gyms, or Swiss balls or pregnancy balls. They've got a few different names. The advantage with these is you can put these on any seat, any chair, and you can still have your armrests. So with those gym balls, you don't get to have an armrest. You're then having more shoulder tension and shoulder trouble that way. Whereas with these, what happens is that you can place it on any seat. You're sitting on it. It feels a bit wobbly. You might get some funny looks in the office. However, what you will find is that it allows that flexibility in your body. So then, rather than being just static and then not allowing the fluid in your disc to pump in and out to keep them nice and healthy, they actually get a little bit of movement. So start pumping those discs a little bit. It also allows there to be a little bit of movement in there, so it keeps all the fluid generally around this area nice and mobile. So we don't want stagnant. It's a bit like water with our body. We don't want anything to be stagnant. We want it to be nice and flowing, so it keeps things working well. And the other thing you'll find is that when you use anything like this, because it's a little bit wobbly there, it reconnects your nervous system, a fancy word called proprioception, which I'll do another video on because it's a big topic. But essentially what proprioception is the feedback from your body back into your central nervous system and your brain, telling you where your body is in space. When we train that highly, it actually helps prevent injury and make sure that you stay working really well. So if you found this useful, please remember to share this on all of your social media, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, TikTok, and anywhere else that I haven't mentioned already. And I really appreciate the time. Thank you.